We're about to get it. We're going it. We're logging in right now. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Just capturing some images right now. It's done. It's queuing up. And we're on that.
Phil, can you hear me?
Hello, everybody. Thank you for jumping on with us today. This is Sports Talk with an Attitude. This is Sports Talk with an Attitude. Yes, we can hear you there. We got Ralph.
Yes,
The book is
sir.
always open booker. And we have coming in from the great DC area is a longtime friend of mine, Lonnie Martin, very intelligent guy. So we're happy to have him come and jumping on today as a guest host for a few minutes. He took some time out of his busy schedule to be with us. I'm so happy to have him on here. So jumping right into it, man. Can you hear us okay over there, Lonnie? Can you hear us in DC? Is 5G working out there? You got the 5G?
Yes, I got 5.
Use your right microphone and all that good stuff. But we got, I got to rename you up there. The book is always open. Booker is with us. So we have the Nets versus Milwaukee. Can Kevin Durant be stopped out there in Brooklyn? He's still getting it. He's still killing it. Harden is a beast, man. He's led the NBA in scoring for 3 years in a row. And tonight we have Philadelphia and Atlanta. You know, game 6. We got Philly and Atlanta, game 6 tonight. And it's tonight the night that the Hawks prove that they are worthy, man, or that they are a worthy NBA team. And also tonight we have going is Utah, LAC.
Yeah.
LA leads it 3-2.
Going back to LA. Now we know without any question that LA can lose at home.
Yeah, they can't use at home, but can Utah, can they be finished tonight? You know?
Yeah. I think Kawhi Leonard is not playing. I'm not sure about that. They say he's questionable, but that knee, you never know. You don't want to take a chance on that knee. You want to give him as much rest as you can.
Let me bring you up here on the screen here. There you guys are right there. Here y'all are. Very good. So when we were going back looking some of our picks back on May 14th, it looked like I had Utah and Philly. And let me see here, Ralph, you were Philly and LA. And the other guy, who's not on yet, he had the Nets in LA. So we're close to predictions. Mr. Martin there.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Phone in the NBA. Who you think is going to be in the finals? We're down to the wire here, coming down to the wire. We're looking at our charts. We got looking at our charts. We got Utah, LA, 3-2. Los Angeles lead it. Denver and Phoenix. Phoenix is that's it.
That's done.
That's done. That's a done deal. Phoenix. Oh yeah.
Swept them out.
Tonight we got Philadelphia and the Hawks, and we have Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets tied up 3-3. And you know what? Yeah, we can hear you. Yes, we can. It's kind of low, but I can hear you off and on. But we got Ralph, the bookman Booker. He keeps the stats.
My predictions go with the Nets. I feel that they're going to dig down and go ahead and figure out something today. You can put me on the board for that. And also, it's a tough one in Atlanta. I feel that this is going to be a big struggle in this series, in this game. And I'm pulling for Philadelphia. I mean, Dr. J sat in the audience the other day, and I couldn't help but to remember how Philadelphia finally pulled it together. The Clippers, I think they got a long road without their superstar here, maybe with the next game having still a knee injury. I don't know if they can pull that off again. I'm excited for Phoenix, though. I've been looking on the TV, and Phoenix has just been, they're done. So we're waiting for them to play, but they swept it. I hope that they win it all. I really do.
Wow.
I would love to see them win it all, too. Chris Paul, though, we got a little bit of an issue because, he's in the protocol with the COVID protocol.
So he's out?
He's not, he's out for now. It's good that they don't have any games right now because the other series is still going on. But it just depends on, you know, he's been vaccinated. And now you just got to kind of determine what level he needs to do. Does he need to do a 2-week quarantine or 5-day quarantine? It really kind of depends. And the league is looking through all of that. Of course, what he has to do is he has to have 2 consecutive days of negative tests in order to move on out of the protocol and be ready to play.
And just a reminder, we're live on YouTube. We're going to put it on people's Facebook channels. You can follow us on Facebook as I post them on the members' Facebook channels. And in one more week, we're going to be broadcasting on all the podcast stations. Apple Podcasts, you can find us on Apple. You'll be able to find us on, what's the other one? Apple and Amazon, and there's like 7 other streaming podcast platforms that we will have our broadcast on. So follow us on Sports Talk with an Attitude. We're looking forward to having some great sports as we get close to football season. This is my season, so stay abreast with us. And we're going to have the armchair quarterback, and the book is always open.
Book is always open, baby.
And Curtis earlier said, can anyone stop Kevin Durant? And I've been, you know, the other day when he scored his 48-49, no one could stop Kevin Durant.
No.
And you can't feed the ball to the same person all night long because everyone's feeding off of that. He's going to need someone else to step up and come in. He's rebounding, he's shooting, he's guarding the best player on the court. And he's playing, 48 minutes. If they don't find something in this next game, they're not going to win.
Well, I think James Harden has got to step up for them to win because Kyrie may not still be back for Game 7. And so I think it's incumbent upon Harden to give them, some good quality minutes and some scoring. He needs to score for them to win. You're right. I think Kevin Durant, no, the answer to the question is no, he can't be stopped regardless. But he does need help. He can't win it by himself. So some of those, ancillary players, those big players, those support teammates, they're going to have to step up, and somebody else is going to have a couple of them may have to have big games in order for them to win that Game 7.
It's definitely more than just Harden showing up. I mean, Milwaukee's been able to pull away from them at 14 or 15 points, sometimes 17 points. They get runs going, and it's more than just Harden's offense that needs to show up. And I'll add to that Philadelphia got their hands full because they can't close out the game. They handle it well, and Atlanta comes back in the last 6 or 7 minutes. They can't close it.
Well, yeah, but one of their key players for Philly, he don't want to go to the free throw line, and he's a point guard. He's got the ball in his hand. And if you're afraid to go to that free throw line and Doc can't put you in the game the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game because they're going to hack a bin and you don't want to walk up to the line and punish them. See, as a point guard, you got to punish the other team when they foul you. If that's your job, because you got the ball in your hand so often that if you don't do nothing else, you got to be able to make your free throws. You may not be a great jump shooter or maybe a great scorer, but if you're the point guard, it's incumbent upon you to make free throws because you're going to get fouled because you got the ball in your hand more than anybody else.
Now we talked about
the hack bin being utilized as a tool, 4, 5, 6 minutes out in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's part of the game. If you got a weakness on the other team, you're supposed to try to exploit that weakness. And if he can't shoot free throws, we're going to put him at the line.
Now, this hard talk. I'm almost finished with these fouls and these flops and all this new stuff. Thank you, Curtis, for falling in on that. These are not fouls. I mean, that dude from Atlanta kind of leaned and jumped towards the guy and got a foul. That's not a foul.
Sports
I mean,
talk with attitude, baby. Get him, Lonnie. So Lonnie and I, we're from the same area. We grew up together. We
It's
believe.
all good.
Let the book know, Lonnie, that
But
there's
what I bring to the table though is is a dozen years of refereeing basketball in college and high school. And let me just tell you something. What looks like a foul from us with the camera and the stands and then at home, when you're on the floor and the angle that you have from a referee standpoint is totally different than what you see, especially with the replay. See, when it's happening on live right there in front of you, it's a whole different animal than when you get the replay. You get to slow it down. And you don't get no slow downs when the game is going on and you the referee. You got to be in position to make the call. And if you are, you don't see the same thing that everybody else see. You see something totally different.
Ralph, at the end of this season, we're going to do an analysis of how many, hey, Maurice, how many, Maurice Stokes, wow, this is interesting. How many fouls there were beyond the three-point line? I mean, it's just, that's why you stand out there, just to throw the ball while someone's running past you. You know, referee, you can't see that. You know, they're just standing out there throwing the ball up. I got to recharge my battery here. But go on.
Yeah, so, the fouls, the free throws, like Ralph said, I guess it's not easy to make a free throw, but it seems like it should be easy to make a free throw.
That's the one shot. That's the one shot that's consistent from the time you're in the 7th grade all the way through your pro career is free throws. Yes. 15 foot from the basket. The basket is 10 foot high. It's the same for the 7th grader as it is for the professional athlete that's making $40 million.
And I just want to come on to say this broadcast is brought to you by Molicious Barbecue out of California. Molicious has the best barbecue in town. When you're in the California area near, what's that, LA? Never mind.
I'm gonna step away for a second.
What's up, gentlemen?
You said don't say that? Whenever
no,
you're in LA,
say what you gotta say. You can say if you want to. It's the truth.
Whenever you're in the LA area, stop in and look up Molicious Barbecue. He's gonna have a brand new cooker, smoker, grill coming in July, August timeframe, and he's the man when it comes to barbecue. We want to thank him.
He done tried the rest. Now come try the best.
When you try the rest, come try the best. Molicious Barbecue. This broadcast is brought to you by Molicious Barbecue, everybody. How can they get in touch with you, Mo?
Yeah, with Lonnie Martin.
How can they get in touch with you for Molicious Barbecue?
323-595-4395.
Very good. So now we have we got 3 hometown boys up on here. We got, the book is outnumbered, but the book is always open.
Always open.
So he got the numbers.
Oh yeah, no question about that. That's not an issue whatsoever. Because we're just talking about facts, right?
We're talking about facts.
We can talk about.
Right.
So we jumped on. We're talking about can Harden be stopped? We got the game tonight, Utah and LA. LA leads at 3-2. They're playing tonight. Is Utah, they finished tonight? And we got the Hawks and Philly. Philly leads the series 3-2. Is this tonight that Hawks prove that they're worthy?
No, the Hawks lead that series.
Yes, the Hawks lead that series 3-2. Is tonight that they prove that they are worthy.
Well, let me tell you, the whole town is fired up.
Oh yeah. This is it.
Hey,
this is it.
I guarantee this will happen. If Philly loses this series, they're blowing that team up. Embiid and Simmons will not be together.
Well, they need Embiid. Simmons needs to find a spot.
Yeah, he'll be gone.
Well, I don't know. Doc Rivers is a pretty calming effect on that team. I think they've played a lot better with him as the coach. He just got to figure out a way to get Ben Simmons out of this frame of mind that he can't shoot. Now, even if you can't shoot jump shots, you got to be able to make free throws. You just got to, man. It's just a basic part of the game. To me, it's like layups. If you can't make a layup, what you doing playing basketball?
Well, so true. But I guess it's easy to make a layup when nobody's on you and left-handed, right-handed, and you're coming in that side. But a layup's more than a layup when you got some
Well,
big bodies on you.
The thing about the free throw is ain't nobody standing there in front of you. Ain't nobody pushing you. Or you got time to get your dribble down, get your rhythm. And, you know, as I said, that's the same shot you've been shooting since the 7th grade, since the 6th grade.
Wow.
15 foot away, the basket is 10 foot high.
What'd you think of
Ralph,
Mr. Martin?
Ralph, you make a good point. And when you talk about big bodies, you know, Joel has not really showed up and showed that he was really even a candidate for most valuable player, MVP.
Really?
I mean, talking about it. Now we're talking about big bodies at 7'1", 280, and I look at who got the MVP and even the guy from Milwaukee. They're showing up, and Joel should be dominating like Shaquille O'Neal. That's a big body, and
now don't get too far ahead of yourself, bro, because he got 39 in the first game. He got 40 in the second game. That's kind of showing up, if you ask me.
Well,
he needs some help.
Pushing him on the ground. He trying to get rebound. He's on the ground crying, throwing the ball. I'm just saying, he's 280.
When you say show
too
up,
big for
explain
that.
to me what that looks like.
He's too big for that.
Shaquille O'Neal trying to rip the rim out. That's like Dominic was who was up there in Philadelphia that broke the glass. That's showing up.
Dawkins?
Dawkins. Chocolate
This
Thunder.
goes, let me ask, so I got a question. You telling me that you would take Daryl Dawkins over Joel Embiid?
No, but
Okay.
Joel is
I just want to make sure I'm clear, because Daryl Dawkins is nowhere near Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid no MVP
No.
as they about.
Well, again, how do you tell me your criteria for MVP?
First of all, he did not. I mean, he was missing all. Well, look at Milwaukee. I mean, whatever his name is, I can't say his last name. He's in the paint. He dunked on him and hung on the ring.
That was the first game in this whole series that he didn't shoot a three-pointer. Every other game he's been shooting shots from. This is the first game that he took everything to the paint. The very first game out of 6.
Hey, he's not all that to me. Until he gets his jump shot, he's not going to be a complete player. That's why they play.
I didn't say he was a complete player, but what we were talking about is Embiid and MVP. And I'm saying, what is the criteria that you use for your MVP? That's what I want to know. Tell me what criteria are you using: rebounds, scoring, block shots, assists. What's the criteria?
All that and leadership
and winning.
Yeah,
they had the best record in the East. They had the best record in the East, second best record in the league overall. Right? He averaged 25 a night. He got 12 rebounds a night. He had 2 block shots a night.
Well, he's the biggest man out there. You should at least get about 15 rebounds.
Even if you're the biggest man out there, that don't mean that you're a great player. Being big don't make you a great.
I'm just saying the rebounds should be no problem. I mean,
there are a lot of guys that are big that don't get rebounds. So big don't guarantee rebounds.
No,
you still got the. Well, tell me your criteria. How you? Well, that's what I gave you. That's what he did. So how is he not a candidate for MVP?
I didn't say he wasn't. Who said he wasn't?
I'm not sure.
I put my name down, but I just said he needed to show up in the last 2 games, and he wasn't really present.
Embiid showed up.
Yeah. Curtis, pull up his stats for the last couple games, Curt.
Yeah, Embiid showing up. He's showing up. He's showing up. Ain't nobody else showing up, but Embiid showing up.
Well, there's a conflict, because my man is saying that he's not showing up, and Mo, you saying that he is showing up.
His TV messed up. he on that wrong channel. He on that last year stuff. You know, he got to update that program on that TV.
Just see here if I can find some stats on his recent games.
He's been showing up the last 3 games. He's been the only one that actually showed up.
Well, he started the first 2 games with a 39 and a 40-point performance, so that's averaging 39 a night.
Yeah.
So
I just
they blew. And remember, even with that, the Hawks still stole a game when he got 39. So somebody else needs to step up and help him, right?
Yeah, you need some help.
Who's the next guy? Who's the next guy that's getting paid the big money?
Look, they take Ben Simmons out the game now because he can't make a foul shot. That's sad. How you gonna be a prolific player and you can't play in the game when they need you?
Didn't I just say all that, Curt?
Yes, sir.
I just got on, bro. So hey, I missed all that.
But
I understand.
We say that every week.
I'm agreeing with you, Mo.
Yeah. I just can't see that, man.
I'm
like
agreeing
you said,
with you.
The foul shot is there's nothing changed in that shot. You got nothing but time to practice to shoot that. That's all. It has nothing changed. Nothing. If you can't make at least 65% of your foul shots, why are you even playing?
No, you got to make 7 out of 10. You got to make 70%.
Yeah, but I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt with 65%.
I can't give you, when you're making $30 million a year, I can't give you the benefit of the doubt. That's what I'm saying. You got to make 7 out of 10. You got to make 7 out of 10.
Yeah, if not more.
Agree, because the all along we know that as the excuse is my hands are too big to shoot the ball.
I ain't trying to hear none of that. Joel Embiid got big hands. He shoots a good free throw percentage.
Kawhi got big hands. He just pop.
Kareem had big hands. He shoots a good percentage.
Big hands.
Shaq had big hands, and he what?
He couldn't shoot.
Shaq was meant to shoot free throws.
I think his eyes were too close. His eyes were too close together.
But Shaq played the big man like it was supposed to be played, all in the paint, bro. He didn't shoot 3-pointers.
Well, none of the big men shoot 3-pointers back in that day. The game has changed, so it's not the same game. But keep in mind, they did have Hacker Shaq too.
Yeah, that's what they did. That's where that all came from.
Right, but when you're making that kind of money, you need to make free throws. I don't care if you are Shaq, whoever you are.
We could talk about Atlanta and Philadelphia all day long.
Yes.
But if we get to the next level, I'm not so sure we're not going to see a sweep of Philadelphia or Atlanta in the next round.
Well, I was thinking Philadelphia's going to make it, but I got Atlanta's going to take it, and this is going to be it for Philadelphia tonight.
I can't hear you, Lonnie.
Oh, I said I think the next round for either Atlanta or Philadelphia, it doesn't look good for them in the next round.
Gotcha.
Brooklyn, I'm telling you, Brooklyn gonna win it all.
But I thought, Lonnie, you mentioned the word sweep. I thought I heard you say sweep.
Next round, next series, they won't be able to sweep.
Won't be no sweep.
No.
Unless you. But I thought that's what I heard Lonnie say.
The floors, there's only sweep out there. Ain't gonna be no sweeps.
So I do want to mention that on
Lonnie, are you backing off of what you said, Lonnie, or did I misunderstand what you said?
No, I said, first of all, I took Phoenix right off the bat, and I want Phoenix to win it. But I said if Philadelphia or Atlanta, whoever advances and gets to the next round, they're going to get swept.
That's what I thought I heard him say.
So you're going with Phoenix?
Before we get to Phoenix, he's saying if Atlanta or Philly win this series, they're going to get swept in the next series.
They're going to get swept?
That's what they say. Yeah.
Oh.
Right. See?
Oh.
I don't believe that.
Hey, I gotta keep that. That's a note.
If they're talking like that, man, they're gonna test your urine pretty soon.
That's a program note right there.
You're gonna have to make him go pee in a cup, right?
Hey, wait a minute. He got the Golden Gate Bridge behind him. You in Frisco right now? See, I was gonna say, he's all confused. I'm saying if he's up in Frisco, that fog to warm up. He don't know what's going on.
Yeah, well, his knee's not gonna hold up past the next game. Y'all know it.
So, Lonnie, it's Philly and Brooklyn for you in the finals.
Phoenix.
Because remember, Philly and Brooklyn are both in the East, so they can't both be in the finals. Only one of them can be in the finals.
I got Brooklyn playing.
You got LA and you got Brooklyn.
Well, the Clippers look good till Kawhi got hurt. I don't know how scary that's gonna be. You know,
you had LA and you had Brooklyn on May 14th. So now
I
you
took
down,
Brooklyn.
now you down to Brooklyn.
I took Brooklyn the whole time. I ain't never changed my mind. Only thing I changed is my draws. So I've been with Brooklyn the whole way.
He's been with Brooklyn the whole way, folks.
Then what it
Oh.
say? She say right up on that board when I said Brooklyn the whole time.
Nets in
I
LA. Let's keep the stats, baby. Let's keep real.
We just
keep
asking
them.
about who's gonna come out the West. Is what we're asking.
That's all we're asking.
Out the West. Who I thought was coming ain't coming.
There you
But,
go. That's all I wanted to hear. So it's Phoenix.
Phoenix did some damage, but now they got worried about Chris Paul now.
I still think it's Utah. I'm sticking with Utah.
Me too.
Nah, their point guard's hurt. He's hurt. His ankle's really jacked up. He's playing. He's playing on it.
I don't
But,
even think he's playing. Did Conley play the other night?
No, Conley ain't played, but Conley may play tonight.
Right.
Conley may play tonight.
Conley hadn't played in the series, and that hurts Utah quite a bit.
Yeah.
I have the stats for you for Joel Embiid.
For the last couple of games, the last two games.
Yep, for the 16th, the 14th, and 11th. 39 minutes, 37 points on the 16th. The 14th, 36 minutes, 17 points. And on the 11th, he was 34 minutes at 27 points. So on the 14th,
Pretty doggone good.
He didn't show up.
That's pretty good.
17 points.
Yeah, but he had a 37, he had a 39, a 40, and a 37 too. We can concentrate on the 17 points, but why don't we concentrate on the 40 points and the 39 points?
Well, he's 12 for 20. 12 for 20 on the 16th, and he was 4 for 20 on the 14th.
14.
So I got one question.
Yes, sir.
Has there anybody in the history of the NBA ever had a bad game?
Everybody had bad games.
Jordan has
had
never
a
had a
bad
bad
game.
game. Jordan
So
has
what?
never had a bad game.
Who?
Jordan has never had a bad game.
Curtis.
Pause.
Hey, Curt. Jordan had a couple
Curt.
bad games, player. He had
Curt.
a couple of them.
Curt. Come on, Curt. Come on,
He had a
baby.
couple of them. He had a couple of them.
Everybody has had a bad game. Everybody.
If he wasn't scoring, he made up somewhere else, or on defense, rebounding. It was just that. The scoring.
So how many?
Well,
How
does
many,
that mean
how
that
many
he had a bad
rebounds
game?
in the? All I'm saying is that if you look at what Embiid has done, the one game that we pointed to is 17 points, but the other games of 39, 40, and 37,
27, 37, last three.
right? 27, 37, 17. But the first two games he had a 39 and a 40. So he's only had that one 17-point game, but he had 39 or 40 or 30.
Yeah, his average is 28.5.
Okay.
on the
So
season.
now, if he's getting 28 a night, somebody else needs to step up.
Lonnie, I ain't hear you saying nothing.
Ralph, what's your final prediction?
Final position is I'm still going with Utah and Brooklyn.
I don't think that's ever happened.
So I need to change it then. I need to change it on the board.
Well, the deal is that the Lakers is who I chose. Of course, I'm a Laker fan, so they ain't in it. So I can't stay with the Lakers, can I?
You had Philly at one point.
I had Philly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you did.
Well,
But
I
of course,
remember
of course, when you look at listen what I'm saying. When you get new information, don't you get to change your thoughts? When you get new information means don't new information mean something? I also had the Lakers, but they got beat, so I can't keep the Lakers, can I?
no, but hold on. How do I get this on there right? For those of you on the broadcast, we're listening on podcast, it's what is that, Ralph there? Philly in LA? But he got new information now. So it's going to change.
Right. LA got beat. That's new from when we took that initial, when we did the
that's
initial.
old news. That's old news. That's old news.
I
That ain't got nothing
understand
to do with Philly. Philly's in the East. You took Philly out the East, whether LA got beat or not. Philly ain't got nothing to do with it.
But so don't I get, so when you got new information, so I'm supposed to stay with Philly even though Philly gonna get beat.
Oh no, I just wrote
You gotta get beat, you gotta ride the ship out.
Sometimes you gotta
No,
ride it out, baby. You gotta go down
no,
with
I
the ship.
don't.
You gotta go
No, I
down-
don't. I think I get the ability to change my mind. When Ben Simmons and the rest of the team are playing like that, I think I get to change my mind.
Okay, hey, it's your mind. Hey, do what you do.
That's all I'm saying.
Broadcast again at the end of the week so Ralph can get it right for the next series. Thank you.
Now who I would like to see win at this point. I would love to see Phoenix win.
I'm behind Phoenix.
I don't know if they're going to.
A very young team. It's made up of good talent. We see the rising star coming up out of Phoenix with that 2 guard. They are making a real impression. They ended the first round and the second round clearly in a very favorable fashion.
They're just young though.
They're underdogs against New York if they are faced up against Brooklyn. I see Phoenix as it's their time, it's Chris Paul's time, and coming out of it, they just got those young legs. And while I'm a big fan of Kyrie, you know, we got them all limping up and down the court. Kevin's Achilles, you know, a calf injury, and who knows what else. I don't know if they're going to be, if it turns out to be Phoenix and Brooklyn, I don't know if Brooklyn's going to be able to keep up with it. All Chris Paul got is possible COVID, a possible 2. When we played spades, that was impossible.
All I got to say is if Brooklyn gets out this round right here, they're winning everything.
There you go.
I didn't hear if, did I?
Well, you know, someone else might get hurt. So I'm like you now.
Well,
I
he
got new information. I
You're
gotta
the
go
same
with
guy that was laughing at me about me changing my mind. Here you
if I get some new information, I gotta go with it.
Hey,
But,
Bo, didn't we bet some dinner or something on the final?
yeah, I took Brooklyn the whole time. I haven't changed it.
I got Philly and Utah.
That's what it's saying.
Hey, baby, I'm still in it. Where we go, Papa Do's?
Yeah, you know that's what we said. We going to Papa Do's. Hey, you getting on this, Lonnie?
I don't know about that. You know, hearing good.
What, you a vegetarian or something?
Hey,
You don't eat food no more?
You talking to a rich person who keeps it real tight.
Yeah, let's play. But hey, be about it, player. Be about it.
So many years, I don't know where you're at over there.
Yeah.
I heard Los Angeles. I'd love to hear more
I'm in
about.
LA. I'm in LA.
Where are you at? La Jolla?
I can't hear you. Say what?
Are you in what part of Los Angeles?
Right now I moved out to Palmdale, but I'm right out of. I used to be in Ladera.
Okay. I'm gonna catch up with you.
I'm right here. Hey, Curt, give him my number.
Listen.
678.
What I want all the viewers to tune in on for what's coming up next week, and that's in June. One of the things that I enjoy watching as sports is the Tour de France.
Yes.
The cyclists are going to be out there. It's going to be hot. I'm going to be fascinated by how much travel is going on a bicycle. Keep your eyes out for the yellow jersey. It's going to be, it comes on at an odd time. But since this was a sports talk, I wanted to just get some clear opinions and thoughts on, if viewers watch the Tour de France.
Oh, yeah, I do. I love that, man. I love watching the cycling, man. I love watching the Tour de France.
Yeah.
I watched the Tour of Italy at Olive Garden.
Oh. Unlimited.
I hear that, man. That bread and that salad.
Mo got food on his brain.
No, but for me, all sports, I love sitting there watching golf. I love watching the golf. I love football or soccer, as you Americans call it, soccer. But,
what are you?
Huh?
What are you? You Americans.
American. I'm American.
Let me ask the audience. Okay, so we got the Olympics coming up. Is there a U.S. sprinter like a Carl Lewis or someone that we need to keep our eyes open for? That's going, a U.S. person blazing. Because I always use Carl Lewis.
It's been so weird with, the Olympics was supposed to be last year. And so since we had the COVID, we haven't seen a whole lot of track meets and things like that. I haven't heard any real names that are coming out of with that level of speed. But when we get to the Olympics, I'll be watching. I love that. I love watching the Olympics. That's, and the speed races, I love watching the ladies run too. Those sisters can get it, boy. I'm telling you.
I've been keeping up. I haven't been keeping up with the names, but there's been some records broken already by the women's sprinters.
Yes, I've seen that.
Man, they're I still love watching the sprints.
Yeah, I watched the qualifying rounds between like Alabama and Tennessee. These women was the 4x4, they was going for it, boy. They was rolling. And so I'm all behind any Tennessee track and field female squad.
So the question is are they gonna have the Olympics this year?
That's what I'm waiting to see. Because a lot of people want to protest it, I hear.
Well, according to Japan, they're going to have it.
I know. Japan said we have it. Yes, Japan said we have it our Olympics this year.
Who's going to show up? That's the point. Who's going to show up?
Well, if they have it, there'll be a bunch of teams that's going to show up. The American team is going so far. I haven't heard them say anything different than that. And of course, my girl Simone Biles, she's the GOAT of Olympic gymnastics.
Yeah, they're getting on her now about her brother getting off that triple murder case.
Ain't got nothing to do with her.
No, I know, but I'm saying they're getting on to try to, how the media does.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. That's the media trying to do that because he is a separate individual. She's still the GOAT. Talk about what she's doing. Don't talk about her brother. Hey, she don't control him.
Who is the girl from UCLA? She looks like she's a sister, but she was doing all these kind of flips and everything. I can't think, but she's on YouTube. I mean, I think all her pictures are out there. I can't think of her name.
She a gymnast?
Yes. And she was doing the flips, jumping in the air, just coming down like that. I mean, she was getting it in.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I can't think of her name, man. She just did
a
feat.
Curt?
Yeah, she just did a feat, and they're trying to say that she's
not Simone
like that in the Olympics because nobody else could do it.
And then they start ragging on her because they said
they're trying to disqualify her.
Right. Wait,
because of what?
Because nobody else could do what she did.
Why jumping on her,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
They were talking about her uniform. They deducting points and stuff because her body's bigger than the other girls and her uniform don't fit like theirs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're trying to disqualify her.
So explain to me why they deduct points. Did her uniform not meet the requirements?
No, it met all the requirements. She was just so good. She's beating all the other girls out. Right. They didn't know what to do with it. So they didn't want her coming in smashing it. So they nitpicked it. They did that.
And allegedly, they're trying to disqualify some of the things that she does because nobody else can perform those acts.
Well, that's Simone Biles right there. She got things named after her that can't nobody else do.
That's right. There you go.
Look, once we get in, we take over. Bottom line.
But we've already taken over. Simone.
I know. I'm just saying they hating on that. That's all that haterade going on. That's all that is.
And let me give you guys some numbers on the track and field.
Go.
Let me give you some numbers for 2021. The men's 100 meters ranked number 1. So the U.S. is ranked number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 people tied for 5th place. Not at 9.77 seconds. Trayvon Bromell, Bromell. And let me see here. Ranked number 2.
And if you blink, you gonna miss him.
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, you blink, you're gonna miss him.
You miss him. If you blink, you'll miss him.
So
he fast the Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah, I hear that. At 9.77, then second place is at 9.85. Marvin Bracey, number 3, 9.89. Isaiah Young, ranked number 4 at 9.91 seconds in 100 meters. Is Fred Kerley, Kerley, LEY. And tied for fifth, both of them at 9.94 seconds at 100 meters, is Ronnie Baker and Javon Martin, bringing up in fifth, baby. What are Martins in there, baby? You go fifth place, ranked number 5th in 100 meters. So those some good speeds, 9.77.
Wow.
Yeah, that's great speed. The thing is, of course, that you got to do it in the final heat at the right time for the gold medal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
running that now, by the time you get through all the heats and everything like
Preliminaries,
that,
all the qualifying rounds.
all of that, then that's when it counts.
Oh yeah, and this one was just
Hey,
done
hey,
on
that's
June
all
5th.
you do. You should know how to set your body up to make that.
Oh yeah, I
but
think
you
they're
still got to run that perfect race at the right
Yeah.
time.
they'll
You know
be
what?
by the time
on,
Olympics.
just do enough to qualify, then that final round come in there, let it all hang out.
Yeah, I think they're going to be faster. I can see some more records being broken in Olympics. I think they're gearing up. I think that 9.77, they're probably going to drop it down to first time ever seen a 9.6.
Well, that all depends if you're running on Red Raider gravel or Cal U foam in terms of your speed.
They probably
Yeah.
be on the phone. Probably on the phone.
Yeah, they're not running on gravel anymore.
That they don't do that no more.
With the long
They ain't
sleeve.
did that since Redstone.
Oh,
We ain't did that since Red.
I ran on red gravel years
I
ago.
ran a charcoal, the black one.
I thought we was on cork, some type of cork.
Mm-hmm. The ash. The only ones that new field was who was that?
Aliquippa. It was Aliquippa.
But they said that we do have Olympic trials this weekend.
It was Aliquippa. They had a nice
Yeah,
stadium.
that's an Olympic trial. We got
it's Juneteenth.
swimming. We got swimming going on right now too.
Oh yeah.
It's Juneteenth.
I'm glad Ralph brought up swimming. I want y'all to get behind the folks from the Maryland DMV area. We've got a female in the pool, and they're thinking she could get 5 gold medals with her swimming ability. Now, Ralph, you brought it up. So, are you following any swimmer?
Yes, the girl you're talking about, the Caucasian girl, the little white girl, she is really, really good. And I saw a race the other night with her, and man alive, she was out there.
She was way ahead of everybody.
Everybody. So she's America's greatest hope. Just like what was the guy that swam a couple of Olympics ago?
Mark Spitz.
Yeah, not Spitz. Spitz.
Man, we ain't talking about no Wheatie box. She went way back there, man.
Spitz went way. But Mark Spitz did win 7 gold medals, though.
Yeah, Mark Spitz was the baddest man till a boy came up here from out here in Orange County. And Mr. Weed, my man, puff past. But
whatever gets you at the first place is okay with me.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. Hey, do what you gotta do.
So it's gonna be interesting. I love swimming. I watch the swimming when the swimming meets start for the Olympics. Man, I'm glued to the television. I love watching them swim.
I like that. I like watching some of that diving too.
I'm a big swimming, diving, because that's so hard. That is so hard.
Ain't nobody do like Greg Louganis though.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Greg Louganis was a beast boy. After he busted his head on the daggone board, he still came out on top.
Now, I think there's also 2 new things in the Olympics. Now, I believe I've watched female or women wrestling. That I don't think I ever saw that before as an Olympic qualifying sport. And of course, breakdance.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Breakdancing?
Yeah, when it come on, I'll be turning it off.
Breakdances on the Olympics?
That's what's up.
It's an Olympic sport this year.
Are you kidding me?
Lonnie, you might have to get your old crew together. Lonnie gonna get his old breaking crew together.
Are you kidding me?
No, it's the truth.
Breakdancing?
Yes, sir.
Breakdance.
You might as well have chewing bubblegum in the daggone Olympics. He's gonna have what's the breakdancing got to do with anything?
Hey,
they determine it's a sport.
Yeah, because you're spinning on your head, you're spinning on your hands, You're holding up your
I can
weight.
do that when I'm drunk. I can
Yeah.
spit on my head, but it
Okay.
ain't no sport.
Mo,
Hey,
Mo,
but
come on, Mo.
it takes a lot to do some of that stuff, man. It's not just breakdancing the way we used to do it.
You might as well bring
People
the
are spinning,
WWE in
man.
the Olympics then.
They're spinning on their heads and their hand. These people are defying gravity.
Well, they
That's what
are
they're doing.
they are athletes.
It's athletic.
You know,
Everybody
it's an
can't do that.
athletic- It's an event.
Well, put that in the X Games. Don't put it in the Olympics.
It is in the X game, but it's in the Olympics too.
Yeah, it was an X Games.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to strive to get some more people to watch it. That's what it is. Because
I don't know, man.
All right,
Hey,
go out there, Curt. Put your chalkboard up. I'm gonna go with some of the I don't know. I think I'm gonna pick a nationality or a group of people and kind of list it not by country. I don't know. It's a toss up. I got some Asians, you know, working it out. I don't know over some, you know, it's a culture.
Breakdancing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that one.
I'm not pulling. Let's say I'm not pulling for no Russians, but I never saw them. But when I watch some of these, you know, American Idol kind of thing, you know, these guys got like 9 people flipping over top of each other. Y'all can make your predictions.
I predicted I may watch breakdancing about as long as it takes me to change the channel. Mo.
Are they just down where you are? You know, in the middle of the street.
Oh, y'all serious? Breakdancers in the Olympics now for real?
Yeah, it is. It's an Olympic event this year.
Wow, I did not know that.
See, you
Wow.
come on here and the book is open and you got sports talk with attitude. You learn some stuff, Mo.
you learn some stuff here. Just a
Yeah, yeah.
reminder, follow us on Apple Podcasts and Amazon Music Podcasts. Coming up very shortly in next week. You can catch us on podcasts on Apple.
Mo, they might even have you at the Olympics, Mo.
No, they don't want me at the Olympics. They
Hey,
don't want me at the Olympics.
they might have cooking some barbecue, man. They might have barbecue cooking
Boy.
contest in the Olympics.
Boy, I changed the game. They put me in the Olympics. Boy, I changed the game.
Then there'll be somebody over there talking about they got barbecue in the Olympics.
No,
Right.
they got Molicious at the they got Molicious at the Olympics. I changed the game.
Barbecue.
They'll say McDonald's what? Let's go Molicious. That's what we talking about.
Listen,
Yeah.
all I'm saying,
Hey, Lonnie, where are you at?
DMV.
Phoenix,
No, Maryland.
Maryland.
At the tip of
You
DC.
know where he's at? Did he say Phoenix?
no, he said Maryland, DC.
Oh, okay. I'm like, he got a Frisco map background back there.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that what he's doing? Come on out the clouds, Lonnie. Come on out the clouds.
I'm telling you, the Olympics, breakdancing is in the Olympics this year.
Yeah,
that's
man.
crazy.
There
I'd
you
rather
go.
watch ping pong,
So
man.
we got the U.S. golf tournament going on right now too. The U.S. Open golf tournament.
Oh,
Mhm.
I need to get out there and hit a couple balls today.
That's a biggie. I may play 18 tomorrow.
Man, it's
Rob,
too hot out here
you
to
got your
play
clubs,
golf.
Rob. When we gonna get together and hit some balls, man?
Brother, you say the word. I keep my clubs ready to go. I ain't hitting them that good right now, but I got them.
Oh yeah, we can get out there and practice
Hey,
together.
at 3 o'clock this morning, it was 84 degrees. It's about to get baking out here again.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to get 93 in Atlanta.
They
It's gonna be-
playing in San Diego for U.S. Open right now, brother.
Well, it's cooler down there. It's cooler down south, down that way.
Yeah, but here's the deal with Torrey Pines. That is a very windy course.
It's
I mean,
right.
the
It's on the coast. It's on the coast.
That's a tough course.
Yes, it is.
It's on the coast, right there on the water.
Yeah.
It is there. And if
But,
you go to Pines, they're hand gliding, which I was never going to do, and I thought they was crazy. We're hand gliding, but that's a tough course. I mean, basically, it feels like you're sitting up in the mountains, like you're, you know, it's a tough course. So I don't watch golf. I'm all about hitting the ball as far as I can, crooked.
Yeah, on it close up in the golf course, Top Golf. That was fun.
Oh, yeah.
Lonnie, you got to get your feet positioned a little better on that drive. You got to stand a little further back on that ball.
Oh, okay.
Then you
Like-
get it straight down the fair lane.
Ball might fly over the mountain down into the water.
Oh yeah, I was the best slicer in the world. Get your feet together. Now I'm going down the fairway pretty straight. I had to learn to move back and move forward. Depends on what club you're using. Move back and move forward.
Hey, so who's winning tonight? I missed all that. Who's winning tonight?
The Hawks are going to win tonight, and Utah are going to win tonight.
Okay, Lonnie, who you got?
Oh, I got Philadelphia over a comeback Atlanta. And as far as the Clippers, they can't do it without the experience and the leadership of their injured captain. I don't see them pulling it out. So I guess I got to go against them tonight. So Atlanta's definitely not advancing because Doc's over there, fired up in Philadelphia.
Except for he ain't playing.
Go ahead, Mr. Book. Tell them who you got.
I got Atlanta tonight. I have to see how this game goes tonight, but I think Atlanta wins tonight. That ends the series, and I don't think they have enough to beat the Nets.
Okay.
Now, but again, the Nets still got to win Game 7 at home.
Right.
And that's where the difficulty comes in at, is because all those games before you get to Game 7 is one thing. You get to Game 7 and booty holes start to tighten up a little bit. And we just don't know which one of the guys on the substitutions and all of that. We don't know which one of them booty gonna tighten up where they can't play like they would normally play because it's Game 7. Every possession is important. Every shot, every loose ball, everything is magnified in Game 7.
Is Kyrie going to be in Game 7?
We don't know yet.
If Kyrie comes back, it's over.
So
right. we don't know. Right now they're saying he won't be back for Game 7. But you know how that is. That's a game time decision.
Yeah.
If he feels like he's needed and his team needs him, he may try to get out there and play.
Okay, I'm gonna go on a limb tonight. I'm gonna say, I think Philly may pull that one out tonight.
Okay.
But I'm pulling for Atlanta. But I think Philly may win that one out tonight.
Okay.
And
who wins Game 7 when they play in?
It's gonna be in Philly.
Yeah.
I think Philly will pull it out. If it goes to Game 7, Philly pull the series out.
So who do I write down for you tonight? Who's going to win?
Atlanta.
I'm pulling for Atlanta. I want to see Atlanta win. You put Atlanta for me tonight.
I think Philly going to win.
No, Philly probably might pull it out, but I'm pulling for Atlanta.
Well, he's saying, hey, Curt, write a both down, it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like.
I didn't say all that. I said I'll go for Atlanta, but Philly may end up pulling it out. If they win a game, they'll win the series.
We're asking you who you think is going to win.
Atlanta.
Okay. How about out of LA and Utah? Clippers and the Jazz.
I'm going with the Clippers, man. I'm going with the Clippers.
Tonight.
All right.
They win it tonight, it's over with.
Yeah, I think Paul George, he may have found himself. He finally stepped up to play that playoff Paul that we've all been looking for.
The book.
Yes, I'm going with Atlanta tonight and Utah.
Yes, sir. And myself, Atlanta and Utah.
Oh.
And who Lonnie go with?
Straight out of Maryland. Going with Philly.
Philadelphia, and I went with Utah.
Okay. Hey, Lonnie, you got to put more bass in it because I can barely hear you, player. You got come down, grab down, and come up some. Come up.
Now, Curt, do we need to go on and pick Game 7 for Milwaukee and the Nets?
I'm going with the Nets all the way. Like I ain't changed. The Nets all the way.
We heard you.
And you know why I say this? Because the games that Milwaukee, the Nets have been in every game. Milwaukee's just been barely pulling out them games. I'm telling you, and they're shorthanded. Milwaukee's fully loaded, and if they get their players back, it's a wrap. They can't beat them.
Well, they can beat them, but they may not beat them. But I'm just telling you, when you get to Game 7, things tighten up a little bit.
Hey,
They're going to tighten up on Giannis because if he's going to start shooting them 3-pointers, they know he can't make.
I'm
I
going
don't know.
to,
I think after last night's success, I don't think he's gonna go back to the 3-point game. I think he's gonna take the ball to the hole.
He should. He should.
Well, yeah, he should, because he's not that good from outside.
No, he got to work on his outside jumper, but this ain't the time to work on it right now. Get there with that you there. Keep going with doing what you've been doing.
I agree with you.
I have a question. Did you see any success in the zone played by Brooklyn on the Great Freak's performance, or was he able to break down the zone? Because they actually shifted into a zone right around the third quarter and got away from that man-to-man. Is that how you prevent him from getting in the paint and making him shoot those threes?
I think if they collapse on him at the top of the key, like Harden was doing, they can rip the ball out of his hands. Because every time he does the same move, he'll fake right and he'll spin to the left. Every time. He does that every time. He'll just watch the tape and you can sit there and just take the ball out of his hand every time.
Now, but his question wasn't about that though, Mo. His question was, was the zone effective against him? That's what he was asking. I thought, is that right, Lonnie? I think the zone was somewhat effective. The issue was that Chris Middleton made shots. And so whenever he tried to drive in the zone and they collapsed and he kicked it out, Middleton made those shots. And Middleton missed those shots. That's what the problem has been. They didn't make shots. The games that they made shots, they were able to win. And so, because PJ, he gonna play tough against KD, but he really can't guard KD. Well, nobody in the league can really guard
KD.
Right.
he's definitely the truth.
Right. But you can make it tough on him.
Yeah.
You can't stop him. You can't stop him, but you can certainly make it tough. Get a hand up in his face, body him up, be physical, those kind of things like that.
So Ralph, if you had to put a zone on, would you do the 1-2-2, or would you do the, what was it, the 2-1 or the 2-1-2?
Yes, I would do a 2-1-2 or 2-3 zone if I had to.
Triangle. That's
if
what
I
it
had
is.
to play. But you see, to me, I don't know that you have to play zone against him. What you do is you play a man-to-man heads up and don't let those other guys on the perimeter get them open shots. Because if you collapse on him, he kicking it out. If they make shots, they hurt you. But if you stay on those guys and just make him either beat you with twos and have to go to the free throw line, because he don't want to go to the free throw line either.
No, he sure don't. He don't.
You know, he's another one that don't shoot great from the free throw line. So if you stay in the zone and you collapse around him, those other guys get open shots. If you're playing man-to-man heads up and make it tough for him to score, he gonna score some, but them other guys can't hurt you with the threes.
Exactly.
Ralph, I agree with you, Ralph, because it's not a pick and roll. You know, it's not what LeBron and them get. It is I'm a drive and kick concept. So I do think the man-to-man works better than than anything else, because the pick and roll isn't their game.
Right.
Kevin Durant got the pick and roll, and Atlanta's got the pick and roll, but here you've got someone driving and kicking the ball out.
Right, because the pick and roll for him is not as good for him because he can't hurt you from the outside that much. If he was a good outside shooter, the pick and roll would be the thing to do, because that way he can hit the outside shot if you don't come, and he can drive if you do. So right now, I think you're right. Playing in the man-to-man and not letting the other guys beat you on the outside is the way to go against Milwaukee, if you ask me.
This is going to be the tell of the story right here. When the game begins, if Brooklyn comes out and gets hot on them, the Milwaukee will start turning into, if they get back too far, they'll be turning the hero ball, and they'll lose the game for sure. Because if Brooklyn comes out and they're on fire, like there was the last game at home, it's on and cracking. Hey, you'll be seeing Charles Barkley, Shaq, Kenny, and the old man talking about somebody going fishing. Milwaukee will be going fishing.
Yeah. Somebody be going. It may be Milwaukee, it may be Brooklyn. It just depends. Now, again, if Milwaukee comes out and they hit shots, they got some shot makers. If they make some shots, they could be right there at the end.
They could. It's going to be a good game, though. It should be a great game because everybody's going to leave it on the court.
So you don't think you don't think Brooklyn will blow them out this game?
I don't know. If Kyrie comes back, they're blowing them out, bro. They are blowing them out. I mean, they're blowing them out like a bad time.
Right now, they're saying Kyrie is probably out for this 7th game.
He's probably out? Okay. So it should be a good game. But at home, you know, it's a different thing. I mean, they play different at home. And Harden's finally he's finding his shot come back to him a little more. And he'll be more into the game. So I feel Brooklyn's gonna put it on him.
Yeah, Harden's hot right now.
Well, the issue, he still got that muscle issue. Soft tissue, it responds today, but tomorrow it may not respond the same. So soft tissue injuries are really difficult. They are game time because you can be feeling good that morning when you get up, but by the time you get to the gym that night, if that thing tightens up, boy, I tell you what, it's tough. Yeah.
All right. So my question is, money on the table, just like money's on the table. 1-on-1 game to 10, Kevin Durant and the Greek Freak. Should they D each other up this game? And who do you think would win in a 1-on-1?
KD, hands down. KD.
Let me get some money out right now.
KD got the game, bro. The Greek Freak don't have the game KD had. KD always had that game in college. He had that game. KD is just the beast.
He can't handle the Greek. He can't handle him.
The Freak can't handle KD.
Yeah. Ralph, 1-on-1. Who you taking the 10?
I think that KD would win it, but I don't think it would be an easy, because see, the thing that KD don't have, he don't have physicality. And the Greek Freak does have physicality. And so if he's backing KD down in the paint, KD can't handle him. But when KD take him out on the perimeter, he can't handle KD.
Well, what about the run off the dribble? Both of them got the run off the dribble. Who are you taking there?
KD, player. KD
is a better ball handler.
Man,
if the Freak got to bounce the ball more than 4 or 5 times, it's a wrap.
Well, if it's 1-on-1, they all gonna be dribbling the ball more than 4 or 5 times because it's just them two.
I'm talking about just from one part to another part. We got to take off.
Right. Oh, I thought you were still talking about the 1-on-1 game that he brought up.
The Greek Freak was at the but the 3-point line. He only took like 2.5, maybe 3 steps and jumped. KD can't handle that.
KD don't have to do that. KD got this. Money. He ain't got to do all that running. He got that.
But 1-on-1, a little different story.
A whole lot different story 1-on-1.
KD, player. Game recognize game. I don't see you.
The Mo, you got game, huh, Mo?
Hell, all day. All day.
Curtis, what do you think? 1-on-1, all night, game 7. What you got?
KD, baby. I got KD.
You got KD? Or you got Giannis Antetokounmpo?
I got KD, baby.
Okay.
KD put it all on the line.
KD show what it's about. What he say? You know my name.
You know my name. If they go to 10, I think it's a 10-9 game.
Nah, it probably be like a 10-7 game.
Okay.
Because KD, that shot gonna go in, he's gonna get back to backs. Pow pow. And once he start lighting it up, it's on a cracking. We know.
Yeah, but he can't do nothing with Giannis down in the paint though. Did you see that dunk? Did you see the dunk Giannis got last night when he picked the ball up?
I thought he stepped out of bounds, man. I thought he stepped out of bounds. They still again. His foot was still in bounds.
He just rolls and just threw it down. KD don't do that kind of stuff.
He's 7 feet. He should be able to do that all day.
KD is also, brother.
I'm just saying, somebody 7 feet should have no problem doing what he just did.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And he'll do that on KD also.
How tall is KD?
He's 6'11", 7 foot, somewhere
That's
like
7
that.
foot. That's 7 foot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So here's the
But
difference.
he don't have that girth like Giannis. Giannis is more physical in the paint.
Okay, y'all go back and look at last night's game. Every time Kevin Durant drove and with the dribble, he stopped just after the free throw line. He wasn't going down in there like the Greek Freak. The Greek Freak, he didn't.
That's not his game. That's not his game.
Right.
He can get there if he has to, but that's not his game.
Because see, the question I have is that when he stopped and popped, how many points you get for that? 2?
2.
And if you go down in there, how many points you get? 2. So
3.
why go?
3. You fouling
What 3?
it.
But Giannis can't make free throws.
No, baby.
Come on, Lonnie, get off that
Hey,
crystal ball, man. Come on,
KD's
get off
playing.
that, man.
KD's playing for longevity.
Yeah.
Playing wise, baby. Why get 2 down low when I get 2 up top?
You only get 2 points for the shot that KD shoot. And you get 2 points for Giannis dunk. They cost the same amount of points.
Didn't KD?
4 people holding on to him. You saw the replay.
Hey, look, matter of fact,
But if I put him at the line, it ain't no guarantee he's gonna make the free throw.
miss it. Hey, Lonnie, so he's gonna miss that free throw.
Didn't KD invent that move to where he's at the top, he's dribbling, and he fakes like he's about to pick the ball up and shoot, and then he crosses over and drives in, and it looks like, you know, when Jimmy about to pull up for a jump shot, he pauses, brings the ball up, brings the other hand up like he's gonna grab it, and then you go to jump to block the shot, and he continues his dribble and go around. Have y'all seen that? I think KD invented that move.
No. There ain't no new moves that been invented in this league by KD.
Not recently, but yeah, I think he invented that move.
I tell you, that pump fake out of Philadelphia, you got to respect that pump fake out of Philadelphia, because that is his 3-point shooting motion. And that's a scary pump fake because he literally could shoot from where he pump fake.
Who is this?
KD.
Yeah.
No,
well, but again, I'm just saying, right now, KD it looks like to me the best player in the league.
He is.
That's playing right now.
Yeah.
He is. Between him and Kawhi, I'll take either one of them bad boys.
That's playing right now.
Him and Kawhi. That's what I'm saying.
Because if LeBron
Kawhi
was playing, LeBron would be the best player playing in the league.
What's that?
Because if LeBron was playing, he'd be the best player playing in the league.
If it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
Oh my goodness.
If an answer for pots and pans, the world would be a kitchen.
Lonnie, you missed a couple broadcasts talking about LeBron. So I just want to throw that in there. Everybody get quiet.
You can say what you want to say about LeBron. He is still a great player.
Yes, he is.
Without a doubt. I'm not hating on LeBron.
Yes.
I've always liked LeBron.
Yes.
LeBron lived up to his name when he came in the game. He played the game.
He's part
and he's a student of the game. Not like some of these cats come in the league with all this hoop rod and all that. They don't study the game. They don't understand the game.
You know,
they just try to do this and that. But LeBron is a student of the game.
Yeah, he's also at the top of the NBA Illuminati.
Of course.
There's Illuminati in the NBA, and he's one of the elite.
So tell me, what's the definition of Illuminati? I'm not quite sure I understand.
I don't know.
Is that a light?
That's illumination.
Illuminati is not the same.
And once you become part of the Illuminati, you get illuminated. You're enlightened.
I can't speak on nothing I don't know nothing about, so I don't know what that is.
I understand, man.
But that's why I asked for a definition.
You're not big enough. They won't come get you. Don't worry about it. You're not that important. They're not worrying about you.
They better, because they get some of that Molicious. They be like, "Oh, we gotta take this off the market. This is too good. This is too good."
Hey,
he's gonna shut us all down.
Hey, don't cook too good because you might get invited.
I understand, but I ain't gonna go.
Hey, you're gonna be eating pizza. You're gonna be eating
I ain't
pizza
gonna
and
go.
all kind of stuff.
Mm.
You're gonna get invited to the new pizza
Lonnie,
party.
come on, man, say something. You kind of quiet up there in the coast.
He can't say anything about that. Not, he got to stay out of this conversation.
Lonnie, you don't like LeBron, Lonnie?
No, he's not authorized to have conspiracy theory type conversations. He's not authorized.
So I've been walking around trying to figure out if I do like LeBron.
What's not to like?
And most people, and do I like Kobe? And do I like, who do I like as the greatest? I've been struggling with who is the greatest. And, he actually, while I know he's a good athlete, but is he a great athlete?
What's the question about whether or not he's a great athlete? Where's the question at? What hasn't he done to prove he's a great athlete?
He's great. He's definitely great.
Great.
I struggle with it, and I don't dare compare him with anyone, but is he the greatest of all time? Was that we talked about 5 years ago that he would be the greatest of all time? Did he fall short just in rings? And
But if you only talk about rings though, then the only somebody you can talk about is Bill Russell.
Bill Russell got them all.
Yeah, you saw the commercial.
So no, it ain't about the commercial. It's about the facts. He got more rings than anybody.
He got
11. If we're only talking about rings, then 11. It's Bill Russell, no question. We're not talking about rings though, are we?
No, I guess we're talking about final shots, your percentage on hitting the final shot when there's 2 seconds on the clock. That's why we sort of eliminated Kobe Bryant from being, one of the greatest. His percentage.
I haven't eliminated Kobe Bryant. Who eliminated Kobe Bryant?
Well, we talked about it.
Hey, I'm the #1 Laker hater, totally, without a doubt. Kobe Bryant, I love his game, and I can't take nothing from that. And that he was a beast. Kobe was a beast. Kobe was Jordan in another body. That's all Kobe was to me. Everything he did.
And when it comes down to greatest of all times, of course, it really everybody's opinion matters, because those folks that are my age and in this middle age group like we are, will say Michael. But let me just tell you, if you ask my son, who is 25, he'll tell you LeBron hands down, because he didn't see Michael play in his prime like we saw.
Mm-hmm.
But if you put his numbers side by side with Michael, the only thing that Michael has over LeBron is he got 2 more rings. But then
that's not just it. He did it with one team. Now,
but it's more difficult to do it with several teams than it is to do it with one team.
You got to build that.
It's a whole lot more difficult to go from team to team and build up a whole nother team to win the championship. That's harder than staying with the same team when you got a top 50 player beside you the whole time.
So wait a minute. Let me get this right. You telling me that leaving Cleveland to go down to Miami with Dwayne Wade and the other guy was hard?
No.
Absolutely.
No.
To put a team together.
They didn't win the first time. San Antonio put it on the first time. They didn't win it the first time.
They gave him Dwayne Wade. But they gave him Dwayne Wade to make it easier for him to
They
win.
didn't give him nobody. What happened is those 3 guys came. But what's the difference between that and the GM putting the teams together? That's the only difference. It's that the players did it versus a GM. But that's what the GM job is, to put great players together to win a championship. They do that all the time. Bird, McHale, and Robert Parrish. That was done by GM. What's the difference? The only difference is the GM did it versus the players did it. That's the only difference.
The difference is they were bringing players to Cleveland, and LeBron did not know how to win a championship.
What players did they bring to Cleveland? Name some kind of good player that he was there for 7 years with nothing, and he drugged them to the championship. They beat Detroit with the great Detroit team. They drugged them to the championship against San Antonio. Who other great player was on that team with him at Cleveland when they went to the championship? Name one.
Kyrie.
Kyrie wasn't on that team when he went to Cleveland when they went to the championship.
Kyrie didn't come to the team until after LeBron left. When LeBron left, Kyrie came to the team.
That's when he came. When his
Yeah,
first
they
time that he
drafted
went to the
Kyrie.
championship
They
against San
drafted
Antonio, he drugged that team against Detroit. Remember, Detroit had that great team with Chauncey Billups and all of them. He beat them by himself single-handedly. What? I'm just saying, when you think about it, it's much more difficult to go from team to team to team and win than to stay with one team and keep adding pieces to it to keep your team at a certain level.
Oh no, that's what wait,
he had a top 50 player on his side when he won the championship. He played with Hall of Famers. Michael did.
Hall of Famers.
Are you telling me Scottie Pippen is not a Hall of Famer? Are you telling me that Dennis Rodman is not a Hall of Fame? They're in the Hall of Fame, baby.
Beast.
They're in the Hall of Fame. He played with 2 Hall of Famers to win the last 3 championships.
Hey, go back and look at some Scottie Pippen footage.
So where did LeBron do that at?
Miami with Dwayne Wade.
After he pulled them together, that's right. He pulled them together, and they still went to 4 in a row, right? They won 2. They went to 4 in a row. They went to 4. They lost the first one. They won the 2 in the middle. Then they lost the last one.
Okay.
They went to 4. Then he went back to Cleveland and he
won.
drugged that. Name me a Hall of Famer on his team when he was at Cleveland. Kyrie ain't a Hall of Famer to this day. We don't know if he's gonna make the Hall of Fame right now. He gets injured so much. There's no guarantee for Kyrie to be in the Hall of Fame. None. When you go out to LA, what Hall of Fame does he play without in LA? Ain't no guarantee about Davis because Davis is hurt all the time too. So I'm just saying, where is it that he played with these great Hall of Famers that Michael played with?
Well, anyway, Curt, show your board again. I could see his passion for Los Angeles.
It ain't about I'm a Laker fan, but this ain't about the Lakers. We were talking about LeBron.
Hey, you missed some broadcasts. This is
all I'm saying is that if you put Michael's numbers beside LeBron's numbers, LeBron adds he adds up to the same level. The only now again, he went to 9 straight NBA championship series too. Did Michael do 9 in a row, 8 in a row?
Hey Ralph, let's stop this because let's put some dollar symbols up next to, Michael owned everything. Michael done bought this, bought that. He done, race car drivers. You got a pair of his shoes in your closet. We all got. I ain't bought no LeBron. Plus all of Michael's throwbacks are back. So I could see why you're passionate about, LeBron.
No, bro. You're missing the point.
What the shoes got to do with anything?
Nothing. Got nothing to do with basketball.
What the shoes got anything to do with that?
My number one, that's not even my number one guy. My number one guy is Magic Johnson.
Mo.
That's my number one guy. See, I hadn't even brought Magic up.
Hey, Mo.
Yeah.
I hadn't even brought Magic up. And LeBron is not my number one guy. Magic is.
Hey, check this out, Mo.
I thought it was close for a minute.
I'm just giving you the facts about it. That's all.
Show him the hat, Ralph. Show him the hat. Show him the hat.
Which hat? I got many hats.
Show him the LA hat.
All I'm saying is that when we start talking about the greatest of all time, it really comes down to one man's opinion. If your opinion is Michael, that's legitimate. If your opinion is LeBron, like my son, that's legitimate. My opinion is Magic. That's legitimate.
Yeah, all of them. You can't go wrong in any of them. Can't go wrong.
That's all I'm saying. But when you start looking at the facts, though, remember when Michael played also, they had the best player from Europe come over and play on that team, Tony Kukoc. So they had Scottie Pippen, you had Dennis Rodman, and the best player out of Europe at the time, Tony Kukoc, all playing on that same team that won those championships, the last 3.
All right, so this is sports talk. I'm gonna make it easy on you. You got one hat. You pull a name. That's it. Julius Erving, Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Pull something.
What was the question? I didn't hear the question. What was the question?
You got one hat, and there are 3 names in it. Pull the name who had the biggest impact, or whatever category you choose as every man's game. Julius Erving, Michael Jordan, LeBron James.
Wait a minute. You're not putting Magic in the hat? Magic's name don't go in that hat?
This is multi-generational, Magic's kind of in the mix. But you want Magic in there? I'll leave it up to Curt to moderate this part.
Hey.
They can't decide, bro.
I can decide.
Let me armchair quarterback this thing.
I have never wavered one bit. Magic's name has got to be in the hat. If you're going to talk about a hat with names in it, I got to have Magic's name in that hat.
So that right there gives you the book is open. You got his answer right there.
Yes.
I got to go, fellas. Hey, I got to go. But before I go, I want to say I wish all y'all happy Father's Day.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
And happy
You too,
Juneteenth.
man.
Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth.
Juneteenth, baby. That's my celebration.
That's tomorrow, baby. So, hey, stay black and beautiful. All right. Love y'all.
Thank you,
All
Mo.
right, brother.
Thank you, Mo. Barbecue. Thank you for being on today. We look forward to
Yeah,
Definitely.
see, I was celebrating Juneteenth when I was 10 years old because I'm from Galveston, Texas.
Hey, we know what's going. Hey, we know what's going on. Okay, it's everybody else trying to catch up.
All
They
right.
don't know.
We want to thank you, Mo, for
I
jumping
ain't
on the
trying to catch
broadcast
up.
today. We want to thank you for jumping on the broadcast. Sports
Always.
Talk with Attitude.
Friday.
We're looking forward to
Friday.
you getting back on Molicious Barbecue out of California. Thank you very much. We're going to see you next time around, Mo.
All right,
Okay.
fellas. Hey, every week and be safe.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
out.
All right,
Thank you
Mo.
very much.
So again, so I got a question for you, Lonnie. If you had to pick a small forward, would you take LeBron James or Julius Erving?
Well, I'm really going to go with LeBron because Julius, as well as he played, LeBron had more of an all-around game than Julius Erving. He really did. He really does. I mean, first of all, the three-pointer really wasn't there back in the day, so we never really knew if Julius Erving could do a three-pointer.
Yeah, we didn't shoot it like that, like they do today.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Julius was, he wouldn't pass if you gave him the ball at the top of the key. He wasn't going to pass. He was going to try and make that fantastic move. LeBron would get more assists. He's truly a more all-around player than Julius Erving.
Okay.
But he's, so they're
So I need your opinion about one other thing. We all named our top 5 players. If we were starting a team of all time, your number one, your top 5. Name me who would be and I'll give you mine first if you want me to, or I can wait for you to give me yours, whichever you prefer.
Well, no, I've had all the sneakers, right? So Dominic Wilkins was certainly one of my most favorite players and all
And
around.
I'm saying your top 5 greatest players of all time, not your favorite players, your top 5 greatest players of all time. If you say Dominique, it's okay. I just want to make sure you understand the question.
Yep. All right. I'm putting Dominique in there. You can't
Okay.
stop in so many worlds.
Okay.
My Abdul Jabbar hook, you couldn't stop it. So I'm definitely putting him in there.
Okay.
Because he had a hook shot.
I got 2. Keep going. I got 2.
Amazing, right? And as far as Spud Webb and Allen Iverson, I put Allen Iverson up there because
This is your top 5 players of all time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Allen Iverson is impressive.
Okay.
Impressive. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and go with Shaquille O'Neal top. Amazing.
Okay. Okay.
And how many is that for you? I got Larry Bird out of Boston. He invented.
So that's 5. So you picked 5 and you didn't put Michael in there.
He invented.
No. Ain't no invent, baby. No. I asked you for your top 5, Lonnie. If you're gonna give me 5 and you don't put Michael in there, then you gotta accept that's what you want. You're gonna put Allen Iverson in place of Michael Jordan. I'm okay with that if you're okay with it.
Okay, so Allen Iverson easily, he could pull 40 points, 50 points. And I don't cut me off on Larry Bird, because that corner three is one of the toughest shots to make.
I ain't gonna cut you off, brother. This is your 5. It ain't my 5, it's your 5. So I'm gonna give you my 5.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me get Lonnie's 5 all the way because I can write it down.
Okay. I can tell you what he told me. He said Larry Bird, he said Allen Iverson, he said Shaquille, he said Kareem, and he said
Dominic Wilkins.
Who was it? Wilkins, Dominic Wilkins. So my top 5 of all time is my center is Kareem, my power forward is Akeem Olajuwon, my small forward is LeBron James, my guards is Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan.
That's a dream team from the
brother. I asked you your greatest. I asked you your starting 5 of all time. You can call it what you want to call it. You can call yours what you want to call it. That's my 5. You got Allen Iverson in there. You don't even have Michael Jordan in your top 5. I don't understand that.
Hey, Curt, wasn't that the same dream team from the Olympics?
Nope.
Sure was. He's reading off a script.
Nope, that was not, because Akeem couldn't play for that team because he's not from America. Akeem wasn't on that team.
He's with back to the Olympics games, man.
No, brother. I didn't mention the Olympics. I said your greatest 5, your top 5 greatest players of all time. If they happen to be playing in the Olympics, that's not got nothing to do with the question. The question, because you don't have Michael Jordan on your team. Everybody says Michael Jordan is the greatest player. You don't even have me on your team. Help me.
We'd like to say, as I say, every good team has 2 people, and Olajuwon, and I think it was Ralph Sampson, might have made that work. Was Ralph Sampson with Olajuwon in Houston?
Yes, he was in Houston.
Yeah. So that, I don't know. You could pick Olajuwon if you want, but I thought he was walking half the time because that pivot foot was moving.
You can say anything you want to say about all that, but none of that really matters. None of that counts. We ain't talking about refereeing and traveling and this and that. Nobody's talking about that. I just said your top 5 greatest players of all time. That's all I asked you. We didn't talk about whether they traveled or none of that stuff.
And I'll take a one-on-one between Malone. What was his name who came to Philadelphia with the dot?
Oh, Moses?
I don't know if Moses Malone was teaching, Akeem Olajuwon what to do. Plus, I don't know. Patrick Ewing, that's an athlete as well. Before your who did he pick as his center?
Kareem.
All right, so we agree on Kareem. I can't argue if I already picked him.
I agree with, and I got Magic as my point guard, Michael as my shooting guard, LeBron as the small forward, Akeem as my power forward, and Kareem in the middle as my center. You can pick whoever 5 you want to, bro. It's on you. It's not my 5. Your 5.
All right, so that's okay because I got a feeling that we need to run some stats here, Curt, to see if Larry Bird can actually shoot the lights out on Magic Johnson.
On Magic Johnson? He playing small forward against LeBron. He got to keep up with LeBron.
Yeah, I think Bird was better than, as far as shooting goes, outside, Bird was way better than Magic.
Oh, yeah. Magic was not a shooter. That's not the point. Magic played point guard.
And now that I look back, I don't think you picked the true point guard. Who did you
Magic
pick?
Johnson is a point guard. What are you talking about?
Allen Iverson is a point guard.
So you saying Magic Johnson is not a point guard?
No.
What position did Magic play then?
Well, first of all, he played point guard, but he's not a point guard. You can't be.
So what position? If he played point guard, but he's not, well, what position was he?
What is he though? He's built to be what?
He's a point guard, brother. It's not about how you build, it's how you play.
Help me out here, Curt. We need a. We're not.
You go and ask anybody in the NBA, they all tell you Magic Johnson was a point guard. Name some. Tell me somebody that's not. Tell me that was somebody that I could call and they would tell me that Magic is not a point guard.
That's a good point.
He was a point guard.
Everybody know Magic was a point guard. What are you talking about?
He was just a big guy.
He was a 6'9" point guard. Simple as that. He could handle the ball. He could distribute it. His leadership was off the charts. No question about that. No question about that.
I guess on this.
But you got Dominique Wilkins. You got Allen Iverson. Let me tell you, as far as small men would go, I'll take Isaiah Thomas over Allen Iverson.
I don't know. I'll take AI all day.
I'll take. You go with it. I'm good with Isaiah. I'm good with Isaiah as my small point guard.
So thank you all very much, Curt. I'm gonna go ahead and jump off.
Appreciate you, brother. Nice to talk to you. I don't want you to think that I was on you personally. It wasn't that. It's just sports.
It's Sports Talk with Attitude. Lonnie, if you ever jump on, be ready for that. This is Sports Talk with Attitude. With the book is always open. Booker, Curt, the armchair quarterback, and special guest today, Lonnie Martin. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Be ready for it. This is Sports Talk with Attitude. You hop on. Again, reminder, we'll be on all podcast platforms. And I want to thank the book for all his stats. He changed the name. We used to be called Sports Talk with Curt, Ralph, and Maurice. And thanks to the book, he changed it to Sports Talk with an Attitude. We're on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 11 a.m. And we're looking forward to everybody tuning in to our YouTube and our podcast channels. Thank you very much, everybody. This is another wonderful broadcast, successful broadcast with Sports Talk with an Attitude. Thank you very much, everybody. Tune in, follow us, and let's keep it moving, baby.
Cool. All right, brothers, be safe. Have a good